Don't you feel, like, jealous? Because me and Allie and Michelle feel jealous, or Elizabeth. Just because you don't feel jealous doesn't mean that we don't.
What?
And I'm like...
When did they ever say
I don't feel jealous. Nobody did. She just thinks that because she doesn't have a boyfriend and she's, like... I don't know. Because... Is that playing right now?
But, yeah.
Okay, then go ahead and start. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. I need the script.
I'm getting there. Gosh.
5, 4, 3...
Hello, America, and welcome to CFR News. This is Bessie Simon reporting live on the situation in Egypt. The conflict started after a constitutional assembly on the brink of collapse left protesters battling the police in the streets over the slow pace of change. In hopes to calm down the riot, President Mohamed Morsi granted himself broad powers above any court. However, the move raised fears that he had made himself into a new strongman like the one the revolution had just deposed. For more word on the revolution that started it all, let's go to our Egyptian history specialist from Cairo University. Hello, Layla. Pleasure to have you here. Layla, can you give us some details on the revolution that gave way to Mohamed Morsi's presidency?
You need to do a bigger pause there, so it's not awkward.
Yes, Layla, that situation is quite terrifying. Even more terrifying is that on November 30th, large groups of protesters streamed toward the central Tahrir Square as opponents of President Mohamed Morsi assembled a second protest within a week. They were stimulated and angered by his unexpected and hurried effort to pass Egypt's new constitution. The constitution was intended to serve as the fundamental law of the country following the resignation of President Hosni Mubarak on February 11th. The provisional declaration defined the powers of the executive and judiciary and stipulated presidential and legislative election processes. Morsi's supporters mobilized hundreds of thousands to rally for President Mohamed Morsi at Cairo University, while across town, several thousand of Mr. Morsi's opponents were rallying in Tahrir Square to oppose the draft constitution. The same day, Mr. Morsi pushed forward plans for the new constitution, setting a national referendum on it for December 15th. When protesters gathered around the presidential palace in Cairo, police officers took action and fired tear gas at the protesters. This violent action drew even less approval toward the new draft constitution, which was to go up for election on December 15th. On December 5th, the Islamist Morsi supporters infiltrated the Morsi opponents' camps, where they were having a peaceful sit-in in a violent clash. The Morsi opposition, which consists of youth groups, liberal parties, and large sectors of the public, responded violently as well. After this clash, 3 senior advisors to President Mohamed Morsi resigned, blaming him for the bloodshed. President Morsi blamed the outbreak of violence on a 5th column and vowed to proceed with the constitution despite deadly street battles that left 6 dead and hundreds wounded. In hopes to calm the protesters, an elite Egyptian unit deployed tanks outside the presidential palace. A total of 9 top Morsi aides have now resigned in protest. It seems that, despite all the tragic violence, President Morsi will not give in to a date change on the referendum for the new constitution, due for December 15th.
Okay, now.
You need an outro.
A what?
An outro.
Outro?
Yeah, like
A conclusion?
But we'll, like,
This
come
is
back
Bessie
to you.
Simon, signing off.
yeah, something like that.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it, really?
If you want.
Well, do I have to,
Say, this is Bessie Simon. Have a golden day.
But wouldn't that make sense? Okay. You have a golden day.
You have to conclude to be like, we'll get back to you when there's more to the story or something.
And then you go, and then wink and go, have a golden day.
Okay.
But he has something black in your teeth, just to let you know.
Do I really?
Yeah, but you can't really see that on camera. Okay, go.
Ew. But then I'm going to have to start all the way over from the beginning of the paragraph.
No, you're not. I can just put it in there.
But then that wouldn't make sense. Like, it would be just cut in.
That's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Bessie Simon
No, you
signing
have to,
off.
like, leave a pause. You can't. This is
Yeah.
Bessie Simon.
And you also have to say, we'll get back to you.
Okay.
With more on the story later or something.
Ready?
Look at the camera and then say.
We'll get back to you with more on the story. For now, this is Bessie Simon signing off. Have a golden day. Okay.
All right. I guess we'll put